Hi everyone, thanks for tuning back into another one of my videos. This is going to be another video in my current series about applying for and studying for my Masters. This video is actually going to be more of a general video for Masters students rather than specifically about my course. Basically, I've got a couple of weeks left until I go now, and I just thought I'd make a video about student finance and how I applied to fund my Masters, as that's obviously a big concern for anyone who wants to get into postgraduate study. The truth is, I seriously considered doing a Masters straight out of my BA back in 2013, but among several other reasons, one of the big reasons I didn't do it was the fact that I simply couldn't afford to. At that time, student finance was only for undergraduates. There was no government student loan for Masters students, for postgraduate students really of any sort. And so back then, if I'd wanted to have gone straight into my Masters, I would have needed to have gone to a bank and got what's called a career development loan. I think most banks offer these. They usually go up to about £10,000, and they're specifically for Masters students and people looking to continue their professional education. Basically anything that you could justify as enhancing your career prospects further down the line, you can get a career development loan to help you with. But they're a proper loan. A student loan from the government, it is a loan, but you don't actually have to start paying it back until you earn a certain amount of money, and if you ever fall below that threshold, you just stop paying for it. It's a lot less stressful in that way, and you're never going to have someone knocking on your door demanding repayments if you can't afford to pay it back. So that was really too big a commitment for me to make at that point. You start paying it back as soon as you graduated, so there's real pressure to go and find a high earning job straight out of your Masters, which of course is the ideal, but no one can guarantee that. So I thought better of it. I moved back home. I did a graduate job for a little while, and then I moved back home basically to save money so that I could go back and do my Masters. And 3 years down the line, the big turning point for me was the fact that this year the government decided to extend the student loan system to cover postgraduate degrees. Now personally, I'm not a fan of tuition fees and the way that paying for university for British students works at the moment, but the fact of the matter is it's the system that we've got, and it's the system we're likely to have for a few years yet. So within this system, the new Masters student loan is a good move. It's made things a lot easier for me personally, and it should make things a lot easier for other people looking to do postgraduate degrees. The way that it works is very similar to a career development loan. You're allowed to take up any amount up to £10,000. That's really down to you. It's not based on your the tuition fees for your particular course. My course is £8,500, but because it's a combined student/maintenance loan, whereas an undergraduate student loan, you get both a tuition fee loan and a maintenance loan to help you with your living expenses. The Masters loan just is one lump sum that covers everything. So even though my tuition fees were £8,500, I personally applied for the full £10,000 just so that I could have the extra money to help defray living costs once I actually got to Edinburgh. Of course, £10,000, the £1,500 wouldn't have been enough on its own to support me whilst living in Edinburgh, so I've had to use the savings that I've put together over the last couple of years to supplement that. But it's a welcome boost, and the fact that I don't have to pay basically the Masters student loan is tacked onto your existing student loan, if you have one, and you don't start paying it back until you're earning £21,000 a year or more, and if you drop below that threshold you stop paying. So basically It's allowed me to go back and study my masters again, and in reality the process to claim that student loan is actually very, very simple. If you're like me and you've already done an undergraduate degree, you'll know that the student loans process can be a little bit daunting and a complete pain in the arse at times. I was actually in the very first cohort to get their student loan directly from the government rather than from the